Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. Well, today I want to talk about Benjamin Mendy because there was a report overnight that he's injured again, or he's had some setback after his latest injury. Now, if you remember, Ben Mendy injured himself, I think it was in the Manchester derby, or just a few days after that he went off to Spain last year, was it November time, for this injury to his knee. And it was rumoured he'd be out for about 3 months. I think he came back a little bit earlier than that in the Carabao Cup game against Burton, where he played 30 minutes in that substitute appearance. And we were hoping then he's going to get back to fitness and he'll start playing more regularly and give us better options at left back. So we expected him to play against Rotherham in the FA Cup, and he didn't appear. Apparently he had swelling on his knee following that appearance against Burton. Now, according to some reports overnight, he's back in Barcelona for tests on his knee. Got no further information than that at this moment. You know, there's no indication whatsoever that he's going to have another operation or what the issue is. It's just one of these we just don't know. So let's take a quick look back at Ben Mendy and his short-lived City career so far. He joined us in the summer of 2017 for about 52 million quid from Monaco, and he'd only played a season for them. His rise was quite meteoric from Le Havre. 2 years later he goes off to Marseille. 3 years later he goes off to Monaco, and 1 year later he's at City. So he's had a meteoric rise. Now he only played, according to the Premier League official stats, 9 league games in 2017-2018, and this year, according to Premier League stats, he's only played 7 league games. He's only featured in 7 league games. I think he's been subbed 3 times, and in that time this season, he's already got 5 assists. You know, that's an amazing number of assists. And I'm sure, and I haven't done the research, I'm not going to, if you go and look at some of these playmakers that are playing in the league, some of them haven't had 5 assists this season. And this is a defender who's hardly played since November. So it's really a tough situation because, you know, the guy's going to be 25 years old this summer now, and to only played, you know, 17 games for us is pretty low. He's got, dare I say it, a worse injury record than Vincent Kompany, and you know, Pep's been kind of non-committal about Vincent Kompany, and you know, talking about his injuries, and he's not played much for the last 5 years. Well, Ben Mendy's played even less. I mean, probably Kompany's played more in 1 season than Ben Mendy's played in a season and a half, and quite possibly in 2 seasons for City. So he's it's hard to say, you know, if he's injury prone, because last season when he was injured and out for most of the season, he injured 1 knee. This season it's a different knee. So you know, is it just bad luck? I mean, who knows? But he offers us something so different. You know, he's a left back, and you can argue he's not got a full set of skills as a defender, but going forward, he's amazing. He's got lightning pace, and he threatens defenders. He scares them. He puts them on the back foot, and in as much as he might not be great sometimes in positional play or whatever defending, he's so good going forwards. That actually helps him with his defending, if you perversely understand what I mean. In that the you know, people on the right side of the opposition, they're reluctant to go forward because they want to track him. They've got to keep an eye on him because he's so dangerous going forwards. So you know, it actually puts them on the back foot instead of going forward. So that certainly does help him. And the assists he's put in, the crosses he put in, he's absolutely amazing. You know, he's generally he puts in first time balls on the run, pinpoint, perfect. I mean, one of the ones that really sticks in my mind was from last season against Liverpool, when he put a cross in for Leroy Sané, who'd come on a sub to slot home probably the 4th goal against Liverpool on that day. It was absolutely beautiful, that cross. So he's giving us something different, because when we play Zinchenko there, when we play Delph there, as we did a lot last season, and they coped admirably last season. We, you know, obviously won the title with 100 points. But I think last season, other dynamics in this team helped them to not have to defend as much as they have been this season. And I think teams have said, we'll get at City down the flanks, get the ball behind Zinchenko or over the top of Fabian Delph, because they're not always spatially aware. They're not left backs. They don't play in defence. They're midfielders who are being put in that position to help the team. So opposition have put the ball, and we've seen many a time, goals have come behind our left back. So Ben Mendy he's our left back, and he offers us so much going forwards as well. And also having him back means quite possibly we don't have to play Emerick Laporte as a left back, as we did against Everton and Liverpool. He played very well in those games, but we don't have to do that. And so he can play in his better position of left-sided centre back. So what to do about Ben Mendy, we really don't know. I mean, it's interesting to see what Pep has said in press conferences and apparently in the media about Ben Mendy. In Pep's press conference against Newcastle, when he was asked about Ben Mendy and Vincent Kompany, he said, Mendy is much better. Vincent Kompany is still out. So that would give the impression that obviously that Mendy is much better. But also Pep said about Mendy's injury, he said, with this kind of injury, when you come back immediately to the real competition, always you have to keep the balance. I think it will happen in the next month, he added. We have to have him fit and good, but we demand a lot of his knee. He's going to stop a little bit, 3 or 4 days. Football is not just physical, run up and down. It's what you have to do, read the situations. He was out for a long time. He has got to go step by step, not game, or after that he will not survive. So Pep is basically saying, you can't, and it's right, you can't just come back from a long injury and expect to play your first game and just keep going. I think KDB had a similar issue when he came back from his long-term injury. He wasn't 100% right after the first game, so he took a little more time out, and then he's back, and now you see he's back to almost his beautiful best. So Ben Mendy, it looks like he just needs more right now. He just needs more time, and hopefully it is just that. It's just a bit of swelling, a little bit of a reaction to his first game back. But it's a worry that he's obviously not played against Burnley. He's not played against Newcastle. And who knows if he's going to figure this weekend against Chelsea. I mean, the signs are, with that story, that he's in Barcelona having his knee examined or tests on his knee, whatever. The signs are that he won't be around for Chelsea. So we'll just have to make do and mend. And it'll be very interesting to see who we do play at left back, whether Laporte stays at left back. Danilo, who's been generally pretty decent for us since he's come back from injury. He's out now. He's had a couple of bad games. Whether he'll play at left back, but we need Ben Mendy back and fit, firing and raring to go. And the worry is, 2 seasons pretty much. He could have missed best part of 2 seasons for City. So far he's had 16 appearances in total in the league. It's nothing for a season and a half. I mean, we've played about 60-odd games, and to only have 16 appearances is not that much at all. And, we've discussed it in the past, what we would do if Ben Mendy wasn't fit, or he had more problems, or, Pep wanted a more reliable full-back, because at some point you've got to say, we need someone who's fully fit every week and available to play. And, maybe we go look at the rumours about Ben Chilwell or other left backs, but I think from next season we do need 2 proper left backs, and hopefully one of them will be Ben Mendy, and hopefully he'll get back to fitness. Fingers crossed he'll get back to fitness very quickly, and he'll be available for the running, because we're still fighting on 4 fronts, tons and tons of games to go. We've still got hopefully well over 20 games to go this season, so we need as many players back fully fit to give us the options we need, to give variety, to concern opposition, to befuddle them, because when Ben Mendy's there, you just don't know who we're going to play, the personnel we're going to play, what system we're going to play, where Ben's going to play, because we've seen him play as on the left, but quite defensive rather than charging forward that we've come to expect from him. So fingers crossed, Ben Mendy will get back fit soon enough. Hopefully we'll get some more information today in Pep's press conference, and we'll keep you updated, Blues. We'll let you know what's going on, and if there's anything significant from Pep's press conference, we'll pop out another video this afternoon. See you around Blues.